He just ran right in front of you.
You're cute.
Greetings, friends! We absolutely love Costa Rica. It is an amazing place. The country is so beautiful. And it's a country that is dedicated to ecotourism. And when you visit a country that has ecotourism as part of their main attraction, you're actually supporting the conservation efforts for that country, as well as having the opportunity to observe the natural environment and the wildlife that the country has. And for us, we really enjoy getting out in nature and seeing wildlife. And it has been such a joy to get out in the mornings, for me to get out onto the beach before anyone else is out on the beach and just take it all in and observe the environment around me. In a number of mornings, you and Josiah have come out there with me. You've actually woken up, not every morning, but a lot of the mornings, and come out there with me. It's been nice to have you out there playing there with me. And you know what? I've been really wanting to get some nice drone footage of the beach, and I finally got it.
Without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now. It's some kind of devotion that brings me down. That without my love for the ocean, I will be no one, no one.
You got another coconut there?
Yep.
Coconut man. Collecting all these coconuts.
One washed all the way out to sea.
I thought you were going to keep them. Bowling with coconuts into the ocean?
Look, this one's much lighter.
Wow.
Feel. It's hollow.
Whoa. They are lighter than you think they would be.
And another one of the things that I really enjoy about Costa Rica is the food. The food here is amazing. And for me, being a farmer, that's something that I really appreciate about an area, seeing the local food of a particular area, as well as I really like to eat. I love eating. You will attest to that, right?
Yes, I will attest.
And while we've been here in Costa Rica, we've had the opportunity to try fresh mangoes, pineapple, papaya, bananas, star fruit, and it's been amazing because some of these fruits, they say the trees bear fruit continually. That's just amazing.
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. So Lacie, what was your favorite thing, or one of your favorite things about Costa Rica?
Well, there are so many different things, but what I really enjoyed was just the different kinds of scenery. We went to Finca Rosa Blanca, and you were in the mountains, and you had this spectacular view, and then you would go to the beach, and you have a great view there, and everything in between. It was just so different than what it is here. I really just enjoyed just the scenery was one of my favorite things.
I agree. The scenery here is spectacular. Is there any one specific scene that stands out to you?
Okay, there's two. So we went to the Starbucks plantation too there, and
You just got to stay tuned for that video because we got a lot more editing to do on that.
yeah, it's coming.
So stay tuned.
But it was gorgeous. So there are coffee bars on top of this ridge, and it's open all the way through. So you see the coffee bar, and you look out, and you see this gorgeous view of the mountains. And not only that, they have rocking chairs that you can sit right there and you can sip your coffee and look at this fantastic view. And then you look down just a little bit and you see a waterfall and you can hear it running. And that is absolutely just, I don't even know how to explain. It's just such a good feeling to be there. And then, okay, one more. We're on our way to an eco village, and I really wanted to get footage of this, but it was a harrowing ride there, and we got no video footage of the scenery. But we were on the back roads of Costa Rica and riding on top of a mountain, and you could see both ways, and it was just mountains and jungle and just beautiful, like God's creation, and I don't even know how to explain it. And I wish I had video, I really do, but we had to pay attention to where we were going because we weren't sure we were going to get there.
The crazy husband of yours taking you on another wild and crazy adventure.
I was wondering about him on that trip. I really was.
But stay tuned for that video as well. We're going to probably release the Starbucks video and the Eco Village video in weeks to come, so stay tuned for that. And Selah, what about you? What has been one of your favorite things about Costa Rica?
I like seeing all the wildlife. I like the Acudamundes.
I just keep joining everybody for lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
And I like the monkeys. And the macaws.
And the macaws, it's been really neat experiencing them because they just fly over you and they make this really neat sound. They're this beautiful, colorful bird, but then it sounds like it makes this rock type of sound.
Like a dinosaur.
Yeah, it reminds me like a pteranodon or something. There was one day that you and Micah were actually trying to talk back to him. It was kind of funny.
Are they talking back? Not sure what that is, Micah.
And I like seeing the sloths too. We got to see 3-toed and 2-toed sloths.
Sloths are pretty cool, and our tour guide on our resort, Alex, actually got some really neat footage of sloths right here, and he even saved a baby one himself to take to a rescue. And the reason why he had to take this sloth to the rescue is because with it being a younger sloth, it fell off its mother in the tree. And when that happens, the mother does not come down the tree to get him. Because the only reason that a sloth comes down from the tree is why?
Because it needs to use the restroom.
That's right. The only time a sloth comes down from the tree is when it needs to use the restroom. So when that baby sloth fell, that showed a sign that, hey, that baby is not strong enough. So the mother was like, she rejected it. So Alex coming to save that baby sloth, he saved his life.
And we also saw really cool leaf cutter ants. They were gathering leaves to their ant-man.
Wow, this really was neat. And kind of in that same area, we saw armadillos.
Yeah.
Those are pretty neat because we don't get to see those often. It says roadkill when we're making a cross-country trip somewhere like Missouri. Oh, and we also saw one morning right outside of our window these birds that were like wild chickens. They were just moving all around and just kind of just pecking around just like chickens.
Yeah, and they were literally like that tall.
There was this one big chicken too going right past our window.
And prior to this trip, I really wanted to see some baby sea turtles. Regretfully, I wasn't able to see them, and Alex got some footage here of some baby sea turtles that had just hatched, and I just missed them on the beach. And the list of the wildlife here just goes on, from the humpback whales to the toucans.
And speaking of animals, the housekeepers made some really cool animals out of towels.
They sure did. It was really neat. Micah even popped the eye off one of them. Look at there. What is that, guys?
A bulldog.
It is.
Well, I'm that red.
They made a bulldog out of towels. That is pretty cool. And they gave it little eyeballs. You just ripped the eyeball off. It is just amazing, all the wildlife that you can encounter here, even without leaving the resort. We left the resort a number of times just because we're into the ventures and seeing all kinds of different things. But even staying on the resort, we've seen so many different things. It's just been an amazing experience. And one of the times that we left the resort was another animal that I had really been wanting to see. Actually, I didn't know that it was here until we were making our travel to the resort, and that was crocodiles. So a number of us arranged to have a group tour to take a boat out to see some crocodiles. And somebody wasn't necessarily looking forward to it. I think you were just a wee bit scared, but you did it. You embraced your fear, and you got on the boat
And she had a good time.
to go see some crocodiles. So we were on the boat, and Micah really liked being on the boat, especially when we'd go fast.
Yeah. Once we got going fast, when we slowed down to see the crocodiles, he informed me he did not want to go slow. He wanted to go fast.
And Josiah, he liked being on the boat too. His curls was just blowing in the wind. It was kind of cute. But I must admit, as we were seeing the different crocodiles in the boat, and they were quite a distance away, I was starting to regret going on this tour. I was like, oh man, did I just waste money going on this tour? Those crocodiles are pretty far away. Now the scenery there was great. There's another one of those places where it was just beautiful, looking around and seeing the mountains and the water, and the crocodiles way off over there, and you can see them floating and on the bank. But then, as the tour progressed and we got to see some more things, and he pointed out different wildlife along the way, we started getting a lot closer to these crocodiles. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting our minds worked here. Started getting up and get closer and closer to the bank, and then one time he got out of the boat and was interacting with the crocodile. I was like, whoa.
Are we gonna lose a guy?
Oh,
That's
man.
what we were wondering.
I was like, man, you were earning your money for sure.
Yes.
And you know what? He had a chicken, I think it was a chicken leg, that he was holding out on the bank, feeding it to the crocodile. I was like, whoa, buddy, don't get eaten by the crocodile.
Yeah. It's not something that I would want to do.
And this particular crocodile was huge. There was actually two right in that area as he was dangling that chicken leg right out there. There was a male and a female, and he was able to identify them for sure because he knows the characteristics of each one. And the male, I believe he said it was like 18 feet long. It was humongous. It was about, I don't know, 4/5 of the length of the boat that we were in. Maybe somewhere around there. It was pretty long.
It was pretty big.
There was one point that the boat was right there on the bank, and he was stirring the crocodile up a little bit, and it whipped around, and people thought, oh no, the crocodile's gonna come in the boat, and it went right under the boat, and we were like, whoa, and I was like, yeah, we got our money's worth now, baby. So hopefully that didn't freak you out too much. Did you enjoy seeing the crocodiles?
Yeah.
It looked like you did. After you kind of loosened up, he's like, okay, I think this is all right. We're not gonna get eaten. He may get eaten, but we're not gonna get eaten.
Oh, that's not what I said.
One thing that I found really neat was our tour guides on the crocodile adventure they knew the individual crocodiles just by looking at them. I think there was one, her name was Lady Gaga, and then the big one that Mike was talking about was Osama bin Laden, because he was hard to find. And then they talked about another one that was about the same size as Osama, and his name was Tornado. And it was really neat that, you know, they know these animals so well that they can identify them, like from across the river too. It was really impressive. He gave us tons of information about other wildlife, like on the birds and snakes, and it was just a learning experience that I think we all learned from.
And it was also really kind of thrilling to see the crocodiles just swimming in the water right near the boat. So it was definitely an experience that we won't forget.
Yeah.
I'm not going to forget it.
I'm not going to forget it either, I don't think.
And once we docked, our tour guide took us back and he showed us a guava tree. I'd never seen a guava tree before, and went over all the different benefits there. So it's just so neat to see all the various types of fruit trees, of plants, the things that we can eat and use in Costa Rica. And also went back to the restaurant that they have for this tour, and they had coconuts there, fresh coconut there. It was actually their last one, and they sold it to me, and I was able to drink directly from the coconut for the first time. And let me tell you, it tastes better than any coconut water that I have ever had before. So definitely a great experience overall.
And try? Anybody else had one before?
I have not.
Coconut straight from the coconut.
That's good.
It sure is. I would have bought more, but that's the only one he said he had left.
That's good.
What do you think, Josiah? Do you like it, Selah?
Yep.
Mike,
Yeah, you want to try it? What does Micah think?
Well, there might not be any left in there. Hold on.
Or it may not be in there.
Here.
Did you drink it all?
Josiah. No, I didn't.
Oop,
No,
there you go.
suck it. Don't blow in it. That was the problem.
Getting
Okay. Okay.
Some?
He's like, oh man, that's pretty good. I've had a number of different coconut waters, but let me tell you, coconut straight from the coconut is good.
So I have to say, Costa Rica has been an amazing experience, and we still have a lot of footage, but regretfully it's time to start heading back home and get back to our normal life on our homestead. But we'll be having more videos to come. We still have a lot of work to do with editing them, things like that, so make sure you stay tuned for that, as well as what things are like when we get back into the groove and swing of things back on the homestead back home. Well, that's it for now. Signing off from Costa Rica. I hope you enjoyed it, and we have enjoyed sharing our adventures here with you. That's it for now. We'll see you next time, and stay strong and grow on.
Hasta luego.
Time goes by, yeah, you and I are running out, running out. Time goes by, I change my mind about you and I, you and I. So would you stay for a minute so I can be brave? Let me catch my breath. Now I can feel what I'm saying. I'm letting you know this heart's on the edge.